Hello everybody, I am Teodora Tompe and we are here to talk about post-pandemic consumer behavior, and I will introduce the speakers right now. Gerard Koolen, CFO NN Romania. Good morning, thank you so much for being here. Gerard Koolen, Group Managing Partner at Lugera, and Victor Iancu, Associate Partner KPMG Romania. Welcome, thank you so much for being here. First of all, a question for all of you, and maybe you should answer in the meantime. You can think about what we will talk about later. What is consumer behavior and why it is so important to talk about it right now?
For us, consumer behavior means how job seekers in Romania are behaving. And for us that is crucial because we want to know, we want to understand them, we want to know what drives them, so that we can serve job seekers better in today's labor market.
What happened with this behavior? How was this before pandemic, and how was the consumer behavior during the COVID-19 pandemic, and how it looks like nowadays?
We operate in 12 countries, and before COVID we always tried to encourage home office, so remote working. So in Holland we had our entire team in home offices, and we were not able in Romania to motivate people to use home office. Then COVID came, everybody stayed home, and now the big difference is nobody wants to come back anymore to the office. So for us that is by far the biggest change we had. So we have 4 office floors, 2 are now completely empty. People stay at home.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Mr. Koolen, do you notice a significant difference in how job seekers behave post-COVID time?
The biggest difference what we see is the explosive growth of what we call passive job seekers. So there has been a big tendency that many people now are passively looking for jobs. So they are constantly benchmarking their salary and their jobs, and they are ready and willing to move the moment they find the job they would really like to have. So that is a big difference. On the other hand, what you also see is that in uncertain times, people think twice before they would like to change for a job. But still, people are ready to move, but they are extremely critical towards the new job they would apply for. But also due to technology, the passive job seekers are growing, and that is because of LinkedIn, because of other online tools, so that people can have a marvelous overview of all the jobs available to them. So that is what we see now. There is a huge hidden number of, let's say, job seekers.
Mr. Koolen, what are the most significant barriers for recruitment at this moment, right now?
What Gerke says for employees and recruitment is that I think there is a gap between what employers offer their employees and what employees want, because what employees want is going to change. And you can see that, for example, due to COVID, people have seen how nice it is to work from home. And for example, people are reluctant to go back to the office. So in many sectors where companies insist of having their employees work in the office, they just don't get the talent anymore they would like to attract, because what an employee wants is not anymore in line what the employer wants. So that is one big thing. The second thing for recruitment and employment is that because of COVID, people have become more aware, more conscious of how they would like to organize their life. And you see less and less that people would like to adjust to the working times which the company wants. They want to be more flexible. They want to spend more time with their families.
8 to 4. And
exactly. So it is exactly with pushing your products or selling. If you as an employer do not anymore comply with what your people want, you will have a recruitment and an employment problem. So that is what we now see, that there is a gap of what people want and what companies think they want.
The flexibility is the key.
Especially flexibility, but there are many other factors that people don't just look at salary.
Is the salary more important right now, the financial part?
Salary demands from job seekers.
It was always important.
It has always been important. And well, what we have seen is that before COVID, if you were on a sufficient salary level, salary was not important anymore. Then other things are important. For blue collar operators who earn little, salary is major. But now we see that also white collar and higher levels have extremely high salary demands. But what we also see in recruitment is that if the employer says, okay, we accept the salary you offer, still people don't come to the company because of many other factors. And that is like, does the job fit my lifestyle? Does the company fit my lifestyle? Is the company according to my values? Are they sustainable? Are they all inclusive? So now suddenly everything must be right for a job seeker in order to go to another company.
Mr. Koolen, did you notice, you said a little bit earlier, but I want to develop a little bit more. Did you notice a significant difference in how job seekers behave post-COVID time, and what is their behavior and loyalty now? Maybe loyalty is the key here.
About loyalty, we see that job seekers and employees become more aware of themselves. So basically they become more loyal towards themselves, and they are less inclined to sacrifice things in their private life for the company.
So the private life is most important.
Private life or other interests. And what we see is that lots of companies before COVID demanded loyalty from their employees. That employees should be loyal to me, they should tell me and prove to me why we should hire them. And these days the conversation is a little bit different. It's not anymore that the employer will say, so job seeker, why should I hire you? Now the job seeker is asking, well, employer, why should I work for you? So the rules are becoming a bit different. And companies are not used, and they don't have, let's say, loyalty programs to keep their employees, that they show loyalty towards their employees. They have a loyalty program that employees must be loyal to them, but not the other way around. And there you see a big difference in employee satisfaction. Like a big example was at Google, that 20,000 people at Google threatened to leave Google. Why? Because they were not treated in the way they should be treated. And they were right, but the company didn't act on it because they thought, we are Google, everybody wants to work for us. And suddenly they found out that's not true. 20,000 people wanted to leave. So concerning loyalty, also if you look at airline companies and hotels. I am a loyal client, but they always screw me if I want to book at the latest moment, because then they increase my price. So I'm loyal to them, but they are not loyal to me. And now employees demand the company be loyal to them, so that if profits decline a bit, don't fire everybody. We have seen clients from us that when results went down, they fired 5,000 people in a small town. Now they need people again. Nobody wants to work anymore for them, just for a little cost saving. But the second thing what we see with even C-level candidates, so that is top management candidates, they don't show up at interviews. They suddenly don't respond anymore. Why? We don't know. They don't care anymore. So we also see a lot of job seekers that probably they were treated badly by recruitment agencies and the employers in the past, that they never got an answer, so they didn't get feedback. And now they say, well, guys, I don't care, I'm not interested anymore. And they just disappear. So also the ethics we see are turning around, and people are becoming more demanding, and they want everything
Very
moment
fast,
they
right?
want it, how they want it, and if not, then they'll take a hike. You see a big phenomenon right now, which is called quiet quitting.
Yes.
And quiet quitting means that people don't like anymore.
They are not involved.
They're not anymore involved because they have different values than the company has. They don't leave the company, but they quit quietly, meaning they just do the minimum possible work in order not to get fired.
They act like they are quitting. They are going to quit.
Yeah,
yes.
and these are the passive job seekers, what I mentioned before. And these people will leave the moment that there is a new job which will meet all their requirements. And companies it is quite invisible because they do their job, everything goes, but not good enough. And there is a big task for companies, like Gerko said, and we do charity, we give meaning to people in their job. And the company must be meaningful, the job must be meaningful. There should be fulfillment, and people should have a sense of advancement in the company and their job. And if that is missing, it's quite quitting, and they will, in the end, leave your company.
It is a real human resources crisis right now. In the whole world, not only in Romania.
It's everywhere. There is a big shortage of talented people.
Yes.
And there is a big pressure on employees to retain them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and companies really have to act. And yeah, the most beautiful example is Google. Just being able to lose 20,000 people.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Let's see what happens maybe after 2020.
And Gerke mentioned, imagine there will be a crisis, so there will be more unemployment. Still, we see that people become less dependent on the job and the salary. So people are anyhow more critical. Also, if they don't get the job they really want, then they accept the negative consequences of that. So they become more, I would say, more independent from employment and salary, although their salary demands are much higher than ever.
Yes, that's interesting also, but I think that's very risky to think this way.
Absolutely.
Mr. Koolen, how pandemic experience boosted innovation, and what are the lessons we've learned, or maybe we should learn? We still have time.
Well, totally. The recruitment industry was highly affected by COVID because we couldn't interview physically anymore our candidates. Our clients didn't want to meet with us anymore. So that accelerated the growth of many recruitment applications, which took the recruitment process from offline to online. And nowadays, most of the interviews we do are just online. And what we've seen in already more developed countries in terms of recruitment, like in England, that nearly 100% of the assessment of candidates is done online. People are hired in companies without that the company has ever met the person face to face. And that's a big step. Secondly, what we have seen is that job seekers, but also our clients, a job seeker wants the job the moment they think about, now I want a job, I want to do 2-3 clicks, I must have the job offers. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to apply, the application should be done as well. On the other hand, our clients, they expect that when they have now a vacancy, they need now candidates and not tomorrow. And we have built an application which we are testing now in Croatia, that if you would upload your job title and maybe your CV, within 2 seconds you have an overview of all the relevant jobs you would like, and with one click you can apply to all those companies. And that is what a job seeker wants. And the next step, what is going to happen with the recruitment applications which are now being developed also by us, is that before you want a job, you already get our job offers. So we can predict the moment that people would like to change from job. We can predict the moment that a company needs a bookkeeper, that the HR manager already will receive applicants for that job, while they don't have yet the vacancy. Predictive employment, predictive recruitment will be, I think, within 3 to 5 years, the rule.
And the final question for all of you. What are your company's long-term plans for growth and innovation? Mr. Koolen?
Yeah, Romania is a fabulous country with a wonderful bunch of people, creative, hardworking. And how we see the Romanian development is that we will make the labor market, so for job seekers, we will make available all the possible jobs they can, and for our clients to have plenty of people applying for their vacancies. So what we focus on is, and we invest millions in it, that we make the labor market a smooth environment where everybody can get the job they want and everybody can get the people they want. And so we make it, we strive for total transparency.
That's good. Thank you so much for your presence, for being here. Thank you also for watching this. Have a good day.